Welcome to my price for profit calculator. All right, so first and foremost, this is a residential pricing calculator. It's to help you understand what to bid on residential accounts and what you will actually be taking home. All right, so I'm going to go over the calculator real quick so that you understand it. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. All right, so let's get into it. First and foremost, when you purchase this calculator, it says overhead. So I want you to put down your overhead expenses, your monthly overhead expenses. And that could be anything like your office space that you may be paying for, any softwares, any insurance that you may be paying for, any virtual assistants that you may be paying for, even your LLC renewal is included in this overhead. So I really want you to do a deep dive, grab all your expenses in your bank account, go over them and see what those costs are, because your clients should actually be helping you pay for your overhead. Okay. So let's just say your overhead is 1,300. You'll put that number right here. Now, how many active monthly clients do you have? Because these active monthly clients should all be helping you pay for that 1,300. So let's just say you got 11 clients that are recurring. You will put that 11 right there. Now, overhead is spread across active clients, so the business remains stable during slow weeks or charge or changes. Okay. So what we usually do is we just divide this number into this number. So I'll show you how we do that at the end of the calculation. But moving right along, square footage. Let's put down the square footage of this home. Let's say we are cleaning a 2,500 square foot home. Okay. So put the square foot right there. And right here we have our production rate. And what production rate means is it's just essentially how much square footage can one cleaner clean within an hour. Okay, it's very, very important for you to understand these timings, because if you get the time right, the calculator will be accurate. Okay, so it all depends on you. But every business owner should be tracking their team's production rate. You should know how fast or how slow or how much square footage your team can clean within an hour. If you don't know, then just put down standard. So let's say this person wants a general clean, right? If you don't really quite know your team's production rate, just put it at standard for right now. Okay. Now I have speeds for general clean, deep clean, move in, move out clean, and recurring cleans down here. Okay. So we have some slower speeds, we have some higher speeds, some faster speeds. Okay. All right. So put it on standard, then moving right along, we have the labor cost. So it's very important that you know whether you're going to choose an employee for this or you have independent contractors. For us, we use independent contractors, and the hourly rate averages to about $30 an hour. So I'm going to put $30 an hour right here. If you have employees, you would click on employees right here. And then you would have to put your employer costs. I'm going to put 0 because I put down contractors. How many cleaners will I need for this clean? Since it's just a general clean, I think I'm just going to use one cleaner. So I'll put one cleaner down here. Now, next, any supplies. Do we have to purchase supplies for this job? No, we don't, because we're using independent contractors. Gas. Nope, I'm not going to purchase any gas for this. Invoice tax. Now, in some cities and states, they require you to pay an invoice tax. We actually don't have to pay that. So I'm going to put 0 here. But if you have to pay it, you have to put down your percentage. Invoice processing percent. So we use QuickBooks, and I believe QuickBooks is 2.9. So I'm going to put 2.9 right here. Now, these two right here are very, very important. How much percentage is your company going to make, and how much percentage are you going to make? I'm usually at a 20-20. So the company is at 20%, and the owner, who is me, I'm at 20%. Okay. So you will put that here. And then last but not least, we have our operational margin percentage. Operational margin covers admin time, corrections, delays, and any unexpected cost that we may have. So we all know that SHIT tends to happen in business all the time. So this little buffer right here, that's what we got that for. All right. So you can put this at 5. You can put it at 10%. You could just play with these numbers right here. Okay. All right, now let's just do some calculations. Oh, and if you're wondering about any taxes, your personal taxes will be paid out of this 20%, and your business taxes will be paid out of this amount right here. Okay. Your results. The calculator shows you that the labor cost for this job will be $125. We're not going to pay any supplies. We don't have to pay any gas. The contractor takes care of that. Our overhead per client is $118.18. So that means each one of these 11 clients have to pay $118.18 to help us pay for this overhead. Okay? This is how we know that we're not paying for our own overhead. This was one of my biggest mistakes when I first started my business. I swear I did not understand where my money was going at. And it was literally my profit was going to pay for my own overhead. But that's not what we want to do. That's not what we're supposed to do as a business. We're supposed to make our clients pay for that. Okay. So we're putting $118.18 on top of the bid. Your base cost is $243.18. Production rate is at 600. The estimated time for this job is about 4 hours, 17 minutes. Invoice tax, I don't have any. Processing fees, about $7. And the company will profit $48.64, and so will I. The operational margin is set at $24.32. And that's that little buffer just in case anything happens. If you feel like this is too high, then you can play with the numbers. You can adjust it. You can say, I just want it to be like at 5. Okay, put it at 5. Stroll on down. And now your operational margin says $12.16. The recommended price for this clean is $359.67. Our cleaner, which is a contractor, is $125 of this. Okay. Now, when I was a new business owner, I would charge a certain amount, pay the cleaner half, and then the other half goes in my pocket. But as you can see, if you break down your numbers like this, you know that you as the owner don't really make a whole lot of money off of this account. All right. So this is one of the reasons why most cleaning businesses, they do the work themselves, because they want to take home all of this money. So it's like, I'd just rather go and just do it. That way I can, because I got bills, blah, 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 blah. But you have to realize that you're not going to get rich off of each client. And this is a numbers game. Like, you literally have to continue getting clients, get more clients. This is how you get rich. The more clients, the more recurring clients you have. Okay. This is how you get rich, and this is how you stay profitable. You really have to understand what you are taking home. Okay. The effective billable rate is $86.32 an hour. Okay. So that is my calculation for the bidding calculator. So let's say that this client wants to become a recurring client. So I'm going to put it on recurring, and I'm going to put the speeds just a little bit faster because it's a recurring client. So, hey, we're going to be in and out. After a while, we learn the house, and the speed is fast. So you just put it on recurring and calculate, and you'll see the price go down a little bit. So this will be the cost for my recurring clean. So now I'm not bidding emotionally here. I actually can see what I'm supposed to profit, what the company is supposed to profit. My operational margin is right here. This is what I'm putting on top of each clean to make sure that my overhead is taken care of. My labor would be $88.24. Okay, for this clean. Oh, and the cleaner is cleaning for, 2 hours. I got $2.94 down here. That's the estimated time for this. All right. And that is what the cleaner will make. So it's really important that you understand these numbers, because sometimes the cleaner may feel like, I'm not working for that little bit of money. I think you should pay me more. I think I deserve $150 since you're getting $300, right? So if you were to pay your cleaner $150, now you're pricing emotionally. because that extra money got to come from somewhere. And usually you're pulling it from your company profit or your owner profit. And then it starts to seek into your operational margin and everything else, right? So now that is why a lot of big business owners make a lot of money, but they don't keep a lot of money because they don't have the separation. They're not keeping this money separated in their bank accounts. Okay? So let's do another example here. Let's say, because this is a pretty high overhead, let's bring this overhead down a little bit. Let's bring this overhead to $600. All right? And let's do the same example with a company that has an overhead of $600. Let's say that we are doing a general clean, standard. Let's do a standard general clean. Voila. So my independent contractor gets $125 for this clean. Contractors generally get paid more, right? Because they have to pay for their own supplies and gas and insurance, right? So that contractor is in there for about 4 hours. It's an estimate, y'all. It might not take 4 hours, but this is just an estimate, okay? Our recommended price just went down. You see how my estimated price went down? Because my overhead is not so high now. So now my estimated price is $265.55. Okay? So this is one of the reasons why we cannot copy off of other people's prices. You don't know what their overhead is. This company here, overhead is $600. The other example I gave you, the overhead was $1,300. It was a little higher, so they have to bid high. They just have to, right? But if your overhead is lower, you can actually bid right here and you can still make a profit. It's not about getting rich off of each account. We're not trying to get rich off of each account. This is one of the reasons why I recommend new business owners, if you're working a job, go ahead and keep that job. Keep that job. Keep that job for about a year and grow your business on the side. Then after that year, these little 35s and 60s, all of this money tends to add up over that year, right? So now your business is profitable enough for you to leave that job. I hope you guys enjoyed this time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are interested in purchasing our price for profit calculator, just go to www.priceforprofitcalculator.com and I'll see you guys on the next video.